7 ways the Resident Evil 2 remake is different from the original. Get ready to go back to Raccoon City in January when the new remake of Resident Evil 2 releases for PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC. Capcom has modernized the old-time classic title and filled it with new characters, encounters, and things to discover in the Raccoon Police Department. New paths, controls, and high-end graphics are only a few of its best features, but today we'll discuss more. Graphics. What better way to start off with the list than the most obvious change? Resident Evil 2 was released back in 1998, so saying that its graphics didn't quite give out its atmosphere would be an understatement. The remake uses the RE engine, the same one used for Resident Evil 7, one of the best horror games of 2017. As you can see from the footage shown, the characters now look more realistic, lighting sets the mood just right, and for the first time, Resident Evil 2 feels more like a horror game than an action-adventure title. New surroundings. Capcom tried to create the Resident Evil 2 remake with the old hardcore fans too in mind. The original game had a huge speedrun community, meaning that a big percentage of its player base knew every twist and turn of the Raccoon Police Department. Essentially, what the developers did is tweak your surroundings a bit, making it fresh yet familiar to both new and old players. For instance, the main hall of the police station has a few changes like the statue puzzle, the main security console, and the doors on the two sides of the room. We have no clear picture as to how the whole building will be different, but Capcom promises that all changes were made so that everyone can enjoy it equally. Randomness. Another layer of the new changes in the Resident Evil 2 remake is the randomness put into it. This change might trick potential speedrunners since the original game was linear. You knew where the enemies were and how to solve puzzles. Now, you don't. You'll have something new to look forward to each time. This means that there's no way to memorize encounters and work your way around them. The remake of Resident Evil 2 is adapting to the needs of modern gamers, which is a nice change of pace since the franchise has now more room to evolve and potentially see more old titles get remade as well. New paths. One of the most notable changes in the upcoming remake for Resident Evil 2 is that of your playthroughs. The original game featured 4 different scenarios. Leon A and Claire B are the first ones, and Leon B and Claire A are the reverse ones. In the remake now, you'll have 2 campaigns, one for Leon and one for Claire. You'll be able to choose with which character you want to play and see the whole story in Raccoon City with 2 different perspectives without the zapping system. This is a change for the better, and we're glad to see Capcom reinventing the franchise with small but impactful decisions. More gore. If something wasn't missing in Resident Evil 2, it was gore. Decapitations, shotgun splatters, and horrific-looking zombies were its trademark. What if we told you that the remake has even more of that? By the look of its trailers, the upcoming game has a ton of gore scenes, which look more realistic than ever thanks to the new updated graphics. Let's just say that now shooting zombies in the head is oddly satisfying. It's no secret that old fans will appreciate the new gore level in Resident Evil 2, even if it's gruesome for some of us. New controls. To match its incredible updated graphics, Resident Evil 2 also houses a new control system. The camera, for starters, is now set behind the shoulder of Leon and Claire, giving you perfect view over what's in front of you. All controls have been remade, modernizing the original controls that were a pain for gamers in the past. Shooting is now more natural, letting you know when you're likely to hit a perfect shot, and you even have a dedicated knife button, something that we've seen later in the franchise but was missing from Resident Evil 2. More depth to the characters. Many changes have been made to the main characters of Resident Evil 2 with its remake. For instance, Claire's costume has been tweaked so that it doesn't distract the eyes of the player. In general, the power of the RE engine has given developers the opportunity to show Leon, Claire, and all other characters in the game in a deeper and more realistic way. Also, the game will feature more layers of narrative, giving the characters more personality than they did before. And we're talking about a franchise with tons of narrative, so you can tell how much work has been put into it. Are you ready to go back to Raccoon City and see what new secrets it holds 20 years after the release of the original game? Resident Evil 2, one of the most loved franchises in the video game industry, is coming back stronger than ever, with a title worthy of its name. Have you spotted any differences in the remake that we missed? Let us know in the comments below. If you found this video useful, then subscribe to SegmentNext for more like it. Until next time.